ברוך אתה, אדוני, אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק, ואלוהי יעקב, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא לעליון, דורון חסדים, דורון קנה, כל עוד זכות הזהבות, הוא מביא גואל לבני בניהם למען שמו, ברחבה המלך עוזר ומושיע מגן, ברוך אתה, אדוני, מגן אברהם, את הגיבור לעולם אדוני מלחמת עם אתה ולהושיע מורדת על מחלקל חיים וחסד נחים נתין ורחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשנפר מחמוך בעל גיבור אותו מידו מלך, מלך מביט ומחיה מצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לך אדוני מחיי המתים ונער יצחק כנועם שיעשות צודק בשם של אנשים לך תקשר כתוב על יד נביאך וקרא זה אל זה ואמר קדוש 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 אדוני תורת מלוך על הארץ כבודו ולעומתם משבחים ואומרים ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו וקודשך כתוב לאמור מלוך אדוני לעולם אלוהי ציון לדור ודור הללויה אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל ימי לוח הסלע ברוך אתה אדוני לאל הקדוש תכונן לאדם נכונן ותכונן מן עבודת כונן הדעת, השבנו מן תורתך ותקרבנו מלכנו לעבודתך וחזרנו בתשובה שמעת פניך ברוך אתה אדוני הרוצה בתשובה ולכלנו ממנו כחדלנו מחולנו מלכנו כבשנה כתב סלחת ברוך אתה אדוני חנו לנו מרבה לסלוח ראינו בנינו וריב ורבנו גואלנו ברא למען שמך גל ולחזק אתה ברוך אתה אדוני גואל ישראל עזרנו אדוני ונרפוא שלנו ונבשקית תלתנו אתה ועל הרוחו של מלך על מלכותנו כן מלך רופא נאמן ורחמן אתה ברוך אתה אדוני רופא חולה ברך עלינו אדוני אלוהינו את השנה הזאת ואת כל מיני תברתך לטובה ותן ברכה על פני אדם אבסבינו מטבח ארוך שנתנו כשנים הטובות לברכה כי אל טוב ומטיב עטר ומברך השנים ברוך אתה אדוני מברך השנים וקבל שבר גדול לכבודנו וסנס וקבל צבלותינו כרצינו יחד מעבר כאן פותרת ארצנו ברוך אתה אדוני וקבל צדקי עמו ישראל אשיב אשרתנו כבראשונה ויוצאנו כבדך אליו ממנו יגון מלאכה ומלוכנו אתה אדוני לבדך בחסד וברחמים בצדק ובמשפט מלך אוהב צדקה ומשפט ולמשינים עדי תקווה וכל המינים וכל הזדים כרגע יאבדו וכל אויבי עמך מרע יכרת ומלכות הרשעה מהרה תכיר ותשבר ותמגר ותכניע במהרה בימינו ברוך אתה אדוני שובר אויבים ומכניע זדים על הצדיקים ועל החסידים וזקני עמך בית ישראל ועל פלט עד בית צופרים ועל קראת צדק ועלינו ימון רחמך אדוני אלוהינו ותן שכר טוב לכל הבוטחים בשמך באמת ושמחתנו מהם ומלכו לעולם לא נבוש כי בך בטחנו ברוך אתה אדוני מי שלנו מפתח ולירושלים מלך ברחמים תשוב ותשכון בתוכך כאשר דיברת וכיסא דוד עמדך מהרה בתוכך תכינו בני אותה בקרוב בימינו בניין עולם ברוך אתה אדוני בונה ירושלים עצם דוד עבדך מהרה תצמיח בקרנות אור משעותיך כי לשעותיך קיווינו כל היום ברוך אתה אדוני מצמיח קרן ישועה שמע קולנו אדוני אלוהינו אב רחמן רחם עלינו וקבל ברחמים וברצון את תפילתנו כרשמה תפילת התחנונים עטר מלפניך מלכנו רקם אל תשיבנו שומע תפילת כל פה ברוך אתה אדוני שומע תפילה יוצאנו אלוהינו בעמך ישראל ולצילתם שבע עבודה ליצור ביתך ושישראל וצילתם באהבה תקבל ברצון ותהי לרצון תמיד עבודת ישראל עמך ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר שכינתו לציון מודים אנחנו על שטוב אדוני אלוהינו ולאבותינו לעולם ויצור חיינו מקיל שנתו ולטוב הדור נודה לך ומשבר תהילתך על חיינו ומסלול ידיך ועל נשמתנו הפקודות לך ועל ניסיך נפלותיך ומדורתך שבכל עת ערב הבוקר וצהריים הטוב כאילו חלו רחמך המרחם כאילו תום חסדיך כי מעולם קיווינו לך ואת כולם מתברכת כמו ונעשה שמך מלכנו תמיד עולם ועד וכל החיים יודו חסר אבינו שמך הגדול לעולם כטוב האל שותנו וזרותנו סלע האל הטוב ברוך אתה אדוני עטור שמך הולך נאה להודות שים שלום טוב ארוך חיים חן וחסד וחנומה עלינו כל ישראל מך וחנו ונאו כולנו כחדור פניך כי באור פניך נתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו טובת חיים ואהבת חסד וצדקה שלום וטוב עיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך ברוך אתה אדוני עם ברך את עמך ישראל בשלום יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ועלמד וברכותם עמך מלכותי וצרפו כנה ויקרא משיכם וחייכון ומוכן כד לכל בית ישראל בעגלה וזמן קריבים ואמן יש שמי רבה וברך אדם אמן ויהיה ותמם והתנשא והתהדר והתעלה והתעלה שמד קודשה בריחו ולמה כל ברוכתם שכתת משפחת ונחמת אדם על מרים ואמן להתקבל סרטון וברכון לכל בית ישראל וישמעיה ומואמן, יש למה רבה משמע וכם קוראים עלינו, כל ישראל ומואמן. עושה שלום מרומא ויעשה שלום עלינו, על כל ישראל ומואמן. עלינו שלום. אלוהינו הנוזל, ועל כן נקבל לך אדוני אלוהינו נבות יכיר וידעו כמו שתבל כלך תחת על תשרה כל שנה אלוהינו תכברו ויפול לבוא שכה יקרתנו ויקבלו כל עמל להם את מלכותיך ותמלוך עליהם מהרה לעולם ועד כי המלכות שלך היא ולעולמד תמלוך וחרות ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם בית, ונאמר, והיה אדוני הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
אמן. 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 יש מילה. אמן. אמן. Jewish history. Tonight is the yahrzeit of the Minchas Yitzchak. Minchas Yitzchak, names are Yitzchak Yaakov Weiss. So before the war, he was in Romania, and he was part of the Bezdin, the court, the Jewish court in Romania. The Minchas Yitzchak, Rabbi Yitzchak Weiss, Rabbi Yitzchak Yaakov Weiss. That was before the war, and then after the war, he moved to Manchester, England, where he was Av Bezdin, was head of the Bezdin over there. What he was most known for was finding loopholes for people that for lost husbands. What happens is the Torah tells us that if two ways of dissolving a marriage. One way is, God forbid, one spouse passes away. The other way is a get. Giving a get, the husband gives the wife a get, which is a halachic divorce. If any of those two ways are not met, the marriage is on, no matter what. So, for example, last week someone called me. They said they haven't been living in the same home as the for over 10 years. Does it dissolve the marriage? It seems like it has to be in a marriage, but you still need a get. And Baruch Hashem, we're able to arrange this week. Actually, tomorrow, God willing, there'll be a get for that couple. So this year we got a good amount of gets in this year. That's what we're crazy. That's what we're excited about. But we got to get for someone this year who they already divorced or remarried, whatever, not allowed. But we got, after their remarriage, we arranged to get for them. So, it's a huge mitzvah. But what happens if a spouse goes missing? Specifically, if the husband goes missing. Now, the wife is called an aguna, and she cannot get remarried. Now, today you have all the aguna cases where they can get the courts after them. They'll get the courts after. There was a group in New York which they had a I call it a hitman group, tough guys. They would find them in the dark alley and rough them up until they agreed to give a divorce. But what happens is, okay, there's different things, they have all different shaming things, you have every once in a while, there's a WhatsApp that goes around of a video of, there's one recently in Yeshiva University where they, I don't know who it was, but they got screaming at a guy in public like that, they humiliated him, but they were doing it for a reason, to try and get him to give a get to his wife. I don't know why people are so stubborn. If you want to get divorced, you can move on. Everybody move on in life, but there's some like to be control freaks. Okay, but that's all in today's days. But what happens after the war? Husbands missing after the war. They went to concentration camps. We don't know what happened to them. So the Mincha Yitzchak did whatever he could to find loopholes for these, for whatever wives, whoever had such a case, he was the go-to guy. Today's also tonight's also the anniversary of the wedding anniversary of the Rebbe's parents, and the Shabbos, is the yard site of Reb Shol Doiv Ber Zislan. Reb Shol Doiv Ber Zislan was originally the Rav in Shedrin, in Europe, and after the war, or actually before the war, he already immigrated to Israel, and he was the rabbi of Meir Sha'arim. Now, not Meir Sha'arim you're thinking in Yerushalayim, but it's another Meir Sha'arim in Tel Aviv. That's who he was. But he was also a very well-known character. So talking about agunas and not being able to get remarried. So where we used a lot of the Mincha Yitzchak's tools, the loopholes that he's worked out, is most recently, let's say 9/11. 9/11, a lot of people went missing. What happens? Some people, well, I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but some people, there's no loophole you could find. And if we're not sure if they went into the building or they didn't go into the building, there's no witnesses that saw them going in. Sometimes their wife can never get remarried. It's very, very horrible. It's terrible. And so we have to really appreciate what he gave us. And talking about giving a get, does anybody knows anybody that needs a get? We had 2 cases this week, thank God. Embarrassing, whatever, but 2 cases were on the way to get this week, and a bunch this year. People thought never give a get. Sometimes the right person having a good conversation with them instead of them being beaten up in a dark alley, just having the right conversation with them, and it will work. So, no mitzvah to stay married. It doesn't work out. Yeah. The whole prenup issue is not. And there's a lot of mixed. There's some rabbis which won't do a wedding unless to do a prenup. To me, it sounds like an oxymoron thing. I mean, don't do the wedding then. That's it. Do the whole thing of a ksuba is that you're agreeing in the ksuba. You're agreeing. There's certain things you're agreeing to. The whole assumption. I mean, you're dealing with a mensch. If you're going in with someone who's not a mensch, they can make people's lives miserable no matter what. So no matter what document you make them sign. The way Hashem designed the world So it's always is today I was in the DMV with Nushka and to get her permit, and she filled out the papers and I had to sign. Everything is true. And I look it over. They asked the father to sign and said that she's a female. And I asked the lady. I said, "Do we have to write that? I mean, does it go by?" Sorry, I asked her, "Does it go by the way you're born or the way you identify?" Yeah. She looks at me. She's the African American woman. She looks at me. She goes, "I only know one way." Good on. I said, well, but the way Hashem made us where there's a male and there's a female. The male is the mashpia and the female is the makabel. The male is the giver and the female is the receiver, and that's the way around throughout everything. That's just the science of the way it works. It's scientific. It's not the. And that's the way it works in the ksuba also. In the marriage, it's the husband giving the wife. It's the husband giving a ring to the wife. It's not the wife giving a ring to the husband. The second you have started exchanging of rings, that's not halacha. A guy. Okay, so like this, because we according to Torah, and then there's rabbinically the way we do it. According to Torah law, a man is allowed to be married to more than one woman. Like we find Yaakov Avinu was married to more than one woman. Sister, it's another whole story. How that Abraham also. Yeah. Sarah and Hagar. However, since we have the Cherem Rabbeinu Gershon 1,000 years ago, but still we accepted, it was only 1,000 years, but we accepted continue going forever. A man is only allowed to be married to one woman. Now, although it's the man who's required to give the woman the get, and the woman can't give the man the get, because that's just the way it's signed, the way it is. The woman is the makabel, the receiver, and the husband is the mashpia. Nevertheless, a husband, no rabbi, well, no real rabbi, no rabbi or bezdin, which anyone who wants to get their marriage through is going to marry a husband who didn't give a get. There are certain other loopholes that there are. No, whatever, but there's something called nekachtas, whatever, there's different things where we'll try to undo the marriage. I mean, we use loopholes all the time. We just had a case over here. I just was finally able to do the wedding, but someone came to me to do a wedding, another family, and the family actually recently became and everything. Public school to Jewish schools, and it was anyway. Came time to do marriage, and of course we were so excited that it was a Jewish boy with a Jewish girl, and it's a big deal. And in the form that I give for the wedding, they filled out honestly that she was once married before. In such a case, I asked for a copy of the get. I got a copy of the get, but it was, first of all, it was after they were married and after they had the son. Second of all, it was after it wasn't a legit get. It was a reform get. I didn't know reform do gets, but so we had a problem. We had a big problem. According to Lacha, it means this boy is a mamzer. I can't do that wedding. Well, the boy a mamzer can't get married to a non-mamzeres. She can't get married to a non-mamzer. That's a big problem. It wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy fix. wasn't easy at all fixed. And we had Rabbanim all over the world getting involved in this. First of all, before we go anywhere, the witnesses are kosher, not kosher. You can't have, in order to make a get legit, is kosher witnesses. You have non-kosher witnesses. I mean, well, it's very common to have in non-observant weddings. You have non-kosher witnesses all the time. I was there.
The witness has a spot for the photo.
Huh?
The witness has a spot for the photo.
The witness has part of that filter. Anyway, there's things that could be done. We tried. There's all different things, loopholes. We try to do, and sometimes we're successful, sometimes we're not successful. That I would ever take under my own. I mean, I had ideas. I tried pitching ideas of loopholes. All my ideas were knocked down, but there were other ideas they came up with, and they got it done after several months, and we were able to do the wedding right here. Huh?
Oh, they were married on that.
Hey. That's none of my business. All I can do is give you the I can give you of the Bezdin Yerushalayim, which gave the okay. Huh? That's what we had to do. We had to undo the first wedding. We had to prove, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Proving the first wedding wasn't legit. It wasn't easy. that would be the easy sell right away. You find right away. Find the witnesses on the first silver no good. That's the easiest way to undo it.
They say you can't do the first one. What happens to get the
There was nothing. That's part of the lesson. It doesn't make things a lot easier. Huh? I don't think it would be. I don't know if it would be possible. I don't think it would be possible. All right, page 118. One's done, Married. Benji, do you believe in the democratic country? You do? Easy. We didn't even have to vote.
Adina Yeshia Machianino Vimkrino, Adina Yeshia Machianino Vimkrino, Adina Yeshia Machianino Vimkrino. Scholars slash member, Roma Divak is 7 Mefam Savers, Makrokana Vikram Mishire, I can make an couple of his one car remain. Ishmael Rabban Barclo, my service, service, this other service, Shred Jobberco. They let me cover her so short of the Shohas and Equasa, Damir and Balmavim remain. Barco, I saw the Amaraco. Mavirim may be like Maldiv and Benyam, Reno, the United States, my bar. Although the Maariv are of him. Kim Klein over American Negative Umbrella. Baba Sikala is such a mirror of the party night. Adina Yelay Famemra. Bajo Severton Kibla and Measure and a telephone of Shop Simparaba and Miracle. Bajo Sarvana Banava, I am living in Shayla November. Aki Father, Saka, the girl, I mean, for Sagmi and America, I go, I start. Okay. Okay, Kiel Shaman about Simaba, United Shaman, Amen. Scholar Smash Rabba, Amen. Go my dear, we say, well, milk on two, that's my brother, Amen. This Rabba, oh, it's my cover and remain. Amen. Asian, Rabba, well, all mail my spiritual drop for everything. I say, each other, this other, so I should be a good job. Amen. Layla and cover, I said, we share such a custom and I have my thought. I'm near and bottom of him, Amen. Amen. Miskala Vishwa Shmerba.
Amen.
Ramadi Merkitsu and Milhosay, Smapakana Kermishire.
Amen.
I can make an echo Vishwa. Bagala Vishwan remain.
Amen. Yeshmina, Mubarak, Allah, Muhammad, my Spirit.
Yeshua Rabba Markal, all may my spirit shop, swear, whichever it's not safe. This other Visa, Shmade Good Sugargo.
Amen.
Layla Miko Back, so we short set to show us so Nakamas, and love him remain.
Amen.
Scarlet choice and verse end of Israel. Have him remain.
Amen.
Yeshua, Amen, Shmai, the time played in Malay of Alcohol, Israel, him remain.
Amen.
I saw Sham Ramaku, Yasa Sham Malay of Alcohol, Israel, him remain.
Saki noise on.
بنما غير ذلك الله يسلم قام هو يعلن غير ما يخاف.
Amen. 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 Yeshmina, Mubarak, Allah, Muhammad, my Spirit. Amen. 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 I'll teach me by peace. Shaya to shine kisavoy. So it's a vessel for the brother Yakum Kima. No, Vaticani. I'd say Vanias, 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 so Yamale. Rajans Manafa. It was in the top of Bishak Lashakas, determination. I'm coming to the Coach of the Holitim. I feel the current dishes before my year with Evel Machin to Masamara. I am either who may be a mine cave on. Shabbat I got there like a shame. Ratza Kadish Bar Bizakis as Israel Fira here, but I'm tired of mitzvah Shnam, I never was mounted guy. Yagdil Taylor Yadi. Amen. 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 Yeshmi Rabba Mubarak Yallah Muhammad my Spirit. Amen. 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 Yashikayach. Tomorrow morning, David.